Have you ever walked into a room, maybe a party or a simple work meeting, and felt like you totally missed the just relax memo? We're diving straight into the architecture of social hypervigilance today. Let me ask you right off the bat, do you ever feel like a human lie detector? Or, I don't know, an emotional Wi-Fi router that just instantly downloads everyone else's stress the second you cross the threshold? If you're not in your head right now, you're absolutely going to want to pay close attention. We are breaking down the secret language of your own mind.
Okay, picture this scenario. You're sitting at a table with friends or colleagues. You're laughing, chatting, seemingly totally engaged. But internally, it's like part of you is standing about 5 feet back, analyzing the entire room like some kind of scientist. You know exactly what I mean, right? You're noticing the way a colleague's smile didn't quite reach their eyes. You catch that tiny shift in a friend's tone when a specific topic comes up. You even literally feel the way the energy in the room completely nosedived the moment someone new walked in. Okay, let's dive into this because the contrast here is wild. For most people, socializing is like coasting through life in standard 480p. It's relaxed, it's easy, they're just kind of vibing. But for you, you're stuck in a massive, unrequested 8K IMAX sensory experience. You are picking up on every single micro-expression and energetic shift in stunning high definition. It is so overwhelming. But hey, let's clear the air before we go any further. You are not being judgmental.
And you're definitely not antisocial. You're just operating as what we call an analytical outsider. Instead of just, living in rooms, you are constantly reading them. Your brain is permanently locked in narrator mode. It is working absolute overtime to scan your environment and keep you safe. But the irony? It just leaves you feeling like a constant observer in your own friend group, which frankly can be incredibly lonely.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that psychologists actually have a term for this. It's called high perceptual sensitivity. I want to emphasize, this isn't a personality flaw and it's nothing you need to be ashamed of. It is a strict neurological reality. Think about your email inbox for a second. Most of us have a spam filter, right? It blocks out the junk. Well, your brain simply doesn't have a spam filter for social cues. Every single piece of social data comes straight into your primary inbox. And this high perceptual sensitivity isn't just a quirky little trait. It's a daily reality for about 20% of the population. Think about that, 1 in 5 people. So if you've been sitting there feeling entirely alone in this exhausting, hyper-analytical bubble, this data is proof that you absolutely are not. Sure, it's a rare form of intelligence, but there are literally millions of people experiencing the exact same overwhelming inputs.
So why exactly does a brain do this? Well, usually this isn't something you're just born with. It's actually a deeply learned survival mechanism known as traumatic intelligence. If you grew up in an unpredictable environment, say a home where a parent's mood could just flip without warning, or where you had to obsessively read the room just to stay safe, your brain adapted. It had to. It became extraordinarily attuned to the tiniest stimuli, because back then, missing a small social cue had really big consequences. So here is that threat detector working in real time. Your brain screenshots every micro-expression. It records every tonal change. It instantly cross-references them with past experiences to predict what's going to happen next. It constantly prioritizes the unsaid. You probably know a friendship is ending or a conversation is going sideways way before there's any logical evidence, simply because your nervous system is running a relentless, non-stop background check on everyone's safety status. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive disconnect this creates in your daily life. On the outside, you look perfectly pleasant. You're laughing along, you're participating. But the inside reality, your sympathetic nervous system is in total overdrive. You're sitting there absorbing everyone's emotional chaos like a sponge, while actively managing expectations and containing your own feelings all at the exact same time. It's completely exhausting. Which brings us to the actual physical cost of treating simple presence as a performance venue. By the time you finally get home from a gathering, you don't just need a quick nap. You need like 3 full business days of absolute silence just to feel like a functioning human being again. So how do we actually fix this? How do we turn that volume knob down so you can actually live in the world instead of just retreating into total isolation? Well, we've got 3 practical steps to reset your nervous system. We're going to break down affect labeling, implementing a pattern interrupt, and finally becoming an authentic non-participant. All right, step 1 is affect labeling, which essentially means naming it to tame it. When you feel that massive surge of hyperanalysis kicking in, don't let the what-if scenarios spiral out of control. Just stop and say to yourself, I notice I'm having a hypervigilance response right now. This does something psychologists call cognitive diffusion. It puts this tiny vital gap between your identity and your survival reflex. You aren't the anxiety, you're simply the person observing the anxiety.
Let's move to step 2 and see how this builds on that first concept. You need a pattern interrupt. When that 8K IMAX sensory input just becomes way too much to handle, you have to actively shift your focus away from the external social data and bring it right back into your own physical body. This is what signals safety to your brain. And here is exactly how you do that. It's a simple reset breath. We're going to take this nice and slow. You inhale deeply for 4 seconds. You hold that breath for 2 seconds, and then you exhale slowly for 6 seconds. See, your brain literally cannot obsessively analyze someone else's microexpressions while being fully, completely present and the feeling of your feet on the ground at the same time. This breathing tells your nervous system that the predator isn't real, which finally allows your logical thinking brain to come back online. So the crucial point is our final step, becoming an authentic non-participant. You need to give yourself permission to just stop playing the game. You do not have to perform interest or fake agreement just to fit into the room. Protecting your peace by stepping back isn't being weird, and it certainly isn't being rude. It is actually a really profound form of personal integrity.
I really want you to internalize this next part. You were never broken for noticing the truth. You were just built for depth in a world that is often entirely obsessed with noise. Now, if you're looking for practical, daily steps to help regulate that overactive threat detector we've been unpacking today, I've linked a bundle of 7-day guides and planners right down in the description. They're designed specifically to help clear mental backlogs and rebuild your focus. I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder. If you've always felt like the analytical observer in the corner of the room, ask yourself, is your hypervigilance a superpower or is it a curse today? I would absolutely love to hear your story in the comments. Sharing these experiences really helps turn down the volume for all of us. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can keep exploring the secret language of your mind together. Thanks so much for watching this explainer, and just remember, your silence makes absolute sense, and you do not have to carry it alone.